And good evening, folks. And welcome, Katie. Welcome, M. Young. Hope everybody's doing well. All right, we are obviously continuing with the Talos Principle tonight. Okay. So, we are continuing our ascent up the Tower of Death, which our Robo Sky Dad has advised us not to do, but we're doing it anyway. M. Young says, doing good, just sore from yard work earlier today. Ah, gotcha. Alright, so we are on level 4 of 6. Completed the first 3 levels last weekend. Alright, let's continue here. How was your weather for yard work today? Still really hot? And dry? Or you guys been getting any rain this week? 2. Alright, so we got what, 12 pieces here? 12, yeah. Looks like. Alright. Yeah, let's see what we can do here. Maybe, yeah, it's been pretty hot here today as well. Started early, so it was cool enough. Been dry lately, but cold front coming through. Okay. Denver metro areas under an aerial flood watch. Starting 2 p.m. tomorrow. Flood watch, really? Oh, okay. Alright, not bad for 14 pieces. Yeah, you know what? Each one of these red sigil puzzles has been mercifully straightforward, so we've been lucky. But I'm out of red sigils.
I can't keep my eyes open anymore. I think this is it. The end of me.
No.
I don't believe that I will continue to exist. I would like to think that there is a soul or spirit, some part of my consciousness that will persist. But all the evidence says that when my brain dies, I will be gone. I've lived my life never turning away from the truth, even if it scares me. And I can face this face my own end and say with absolute conviction that it was good to be human.
Oh no. I think that's the end of Alexandra. You getting good at those now? Well, those were easier, especially compared to the ones, you know, on the other, like the secret levels. Alright, so guys, also, when I was looking that up just now, hello Yano! Welcome! As my man Yano Nick says, splendid day, Yano. How you doing, man? Splendid Saturday to you. How you doing? Yano, you've been on a break for a while, haven't you? Haven't seen you streaming. Hope you've been enjoying your time off. Yeah, good to see you too, man. Splendid day, my friend. So, folks, if you don't know the fantastic Yano Nick, throw him a follow, man. He is a terrific variety streamer. Sadly, you just rebuilt the PC. Ah, no kidding. Cool. So you got a new machine on the way, huh? Any timetable for when you might be back? Not that I'm rushing you or anything, but interesting. What do we got here? We got a ladder here. Too kind. That's good, man. I'm glad to hear you got putting a new machine together. I've been wanting to put a new machine together for about 2 years, to be honest. I'm thinking I might be able to do it this year. But I'm going to have to rearrange some financial priorities now, here in the second half of the year, to be able to get it done. Because I just came up against what I'm going to have is some household expenses. Gotta make some household repairs. That was not originally in my budget, so I'm just trying to figure out how to get that financed. So nothing, you know, super catastrophic or anything, but you know, I've been in this house a number of years now, and just, you know, after a while, no, it's just regular home ownership type stuff. You know, stuff happens. And Yano with the Prime gift sub. Thank you, Yano. Why did that pop up twice? Yano, did you sub twice? For some reason it alerted twice, but thank you. Appreciate that, man. That's kind of weird. Did you sub for 2 months by any chance? Or is that just like an anomaly? I don't know what the bot's doing there. That's kind of strange. But thank you, Yana. Appreciate the sub. Appreciate the support. Don't believe I did, but if you get double sub, that is awesome. Okay. Yeah, that's strange. I don't know why it came out that way. But thank you, man. Yeah, it's good to see you, man. Hope you're having a good weekend. Alright, so this is level 5. Let's try to put together what we got here. So, I see a turret on the second level up there. I see a murder ball here. There's a jammer and a cube in the thing with the murder ball. We got fans that we can detach. Fan going that way. Now, what powers the fan? Whoa! He does. Well, he would, but No. If I let him out, he'll kill me instantly. Alright, so I did see a ladder over here. But I saw a turret also, so is that turret gonna kill me? Or is it out of his line of sight? I guess I won't know till I get up there. Just out of his line of sight. Okay, luckily. I got a recorder here. I got another set of fan motors there. Another fan. Quite the Rube Goldberg contraption here. Recorder. Good Lord. Whoa. Watch it, watch it, watch it. Oh, wait a minute. He's behind a fence. Well, not totally, okay. Alright, so what else is going on over here? Another fan, another pressure plate. Looks like maybe I can access another level up top. Oh, wait a minute. So I can detach one fan. Whoa, that opens that, but I can't. I can't walk in there with that. The question is, what runs this fan? How do I know what runs that fan? Because technically I could... If I can figure a way to let him out, and I could get that chain of fans running, I assume this would put him up on the second level. He can kill that turret. If I can figure out how to get him up there. Can I got all this other stuff in? Wait, let me guess. This pressure plate runs that fan. I'm betting that's what it is. Yano says, have you played the game Portal before? Sorry in advance, I'm lurking. Yes. Yeah, I streamed Portal 1 and 2 like 2 summers ago. And right after we played that and another game similar to that and this one after that, I bought this game on recommendation for, people who like, those type of games, sci-fi puzzlers. So, yeah, I played Portal 1 and 2, then I played a game, I don't know if you ever heard of it, called the Turing Test. And then when I finished the Turing Test, I bought this, because I heard it was similar. And this is my first time, after having it for a couple years, having a chance to actually play through it on stream. Or play through it, period. I've never played this before. At this point, I think we're near the end of the game. At least I'm hoping we are, because I'm I'm kind of ready for the game to be over, at least this particular playthrough. So hopefully I'm near the end now. Alright, let's see. So if we let him out... I would want him to kind of go over, get blown up here by that fan, and hopefully maybe by these chain of fans? Then once he got close to that turret, he would blow it up. But let me think. I also have a... I have a doppelganger. So, let me... He could stand there. Does that help? Help me? What else could he do? So I've got 1, 2, 3... 3 fan motors on this level, 1 fan blade. Although technically with 2 of us, we can use 2 sets of fan blades. Can I drop this on the other level? Yes, actually I can. Okay, well that answers the question, but now what? Young says, I'm going to take a break from playing and finish off my quest modes in Skyrim to play Heretic and Hexen 4-pack. Oh, you got Heretic and Hexen. Nice. Nice, that traps him back. Hexen so good, says Spud. Yeah. I played Heretic a long time ago. I never finished it. I've seen Hexen, but I never played it. Heretic, Hexen, and Hexen 2. Cool. Alright, but now that I've taken this down, I don't think I can get it back upstairs, so... I don't think I'm supposed to do that. I'm probably have to reset this. Alright, you know what? I might have to do a couple suicide runs just for science here. So... what do I want to do? I want to set up a fan here, a fan there, then change and put a fan here. Will that help me? No. I'll get killed if I don't do it quick enough. else can I do? In the name of science? Yeah, might have to. So I got a jammer, I got a... So if I let him out, he'll definitely kill me. But would he kill my doppelganger? Of course, I can't train my doppelganger without me dying. Actually, I forgot I do have another one here, but that doesn't really help me. M. Young says, the thing that burns me out is I can't buy a digital copy of Heretic 2. It's not available. Oh, really? So you found it on, like, optical media? Like DVD or something? DVD-ROM? Yeah, clearly I can't go that way. He's got full range of motion over to here, so it's like 90 degrees plus. You had the physical copy once upon a time, but you lost it. Okay. Alright, so... put this together. How do I... You know what? Let me think about something else too. So he's got a certain range of motion. Can he shoot me if he's not looking directly at me? Like, could I time this out if I had to? I'm guessing he'll snap around and shoot me if I... But you gotta test. So, okay. Big deal. Alright, this one. Oops. Alright, so I still think my objective is to get the murder ball up here to take the turret out. What is my ultimate objective? I mean, usually there's a terminal, right? So there must be a terminal around here somewhere. Alright, so I kind of see... room up on the 3rd level with like a force field over the portal. So I'm guessing I'm supposed to get up there some kind of way. I don't know. Let me see what else I can see. So Nick, you asked me about Portal. Have you played Portal? Are you a fan? You truly enjoyed 1 and 2? Yeah. Yeah, me too. Yeah, when I played them on stream again a couple years ago, that was actually my second time playing through them. But I hadn't played them in years, so it was like playing them for the first time again, because I didn't remember all the solutions. What can I do here? I mean, I got a recorder. I got one fan up here. I mean, I can think of it as 2 fans because Doppelganger's gonna have a fan. But I don't know how to get the turret up here. Murder ball up here. If he gets blown that way, I think he's going to blow up the turret. But how do I get him up here? So how do I run this thing? It's not active right now. It's got to be this plate, both are great games. Young says I have played Portal, but never Portal 2. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you have to play Portal 2. Especially, I mean, if you like Portal 1. I mean, it's a much longer game and has much more lore, which really makes it, a much more complete game, I guess. You can also get Hexen 2, Portal of previous expansion, as it was not made by id Software but Activision, and Activision never released it. Oh, okay. You love Portal, okay. Yeah, I would definitely put it on the to-do list to play Portal 2. It's kind of, you have to play it. Also, Nick, did you play Portal 2 with Did you play the co-op game? Yana? Oh, alright. Let me think. What do I need to do here? What can I do? Also, I see a ladder over there. So once I can get past this turret, I should be able to just climb that ladder. You know what? I wonder if standing on this plate actually runs the fan below us. I need to figure it out. Let's find out. Because otherwise, I don't know how to get the murder ball up here. So let's assume he comes up, he gets blown this way, blown that way, then blown that way. I mean, if he's not controlling this pressure plate, there's no other way, I mean, this fan, there's no other way for me to make this work. It's not working though. Crap. Yeah. Nope, not that. Interesting. It takes him a second to kind of lock me. So I didn't die immediately. Yano says I did it with my fiance at the time, but that didn't work out. Oh, okay. Yano says no, not yet. There on my to-do list. Figure once summer's over, I can get back to gaming more often. Gotcha. Jeez, I don't know, man. Whoop, don't do that. Alright, let me take that off before I kill myself. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4 fan motors. I got 1 blade. With the doppelganger, there's 2 of us, right? So 1, 2. Oh, go back. Oh, that's still running. So all the fan motors up here are running? Not that one. The ones in this chamber are. So that one's running, 2, 2, 3, 4. So there's 2 of us. Alright, let me think for a minute. Maybe I don't have to do all the pieces I'm thinking. I can't see how that would work if I don't kill that turret. Alright, let me think. So, I mean, again, I might have to die a couple times for science, but we'll just have to see. So, there's this. Mine there. I'll stand in front of that one. He puts his here, maybe. The other one does not push me past the turret. Alright, I was just wondering. You know, let me try something again now. Same thing. I'm gonna put mine there. I'm gonna stand there. Then his here is gonna blow me there. The other one's gonna blow me that way. Let's see what happens. Still has not enough articulation he's going to give me. I was wondering if I could get under it without him being able to finish me off, but no, it's not. Alright. What else can I do? Sorry, so let's take a different approach. How can I get Murder Ball out and get in behind him and get these tools? Maybe I can get my doppelganger to help me? Of course, I don't know how to train him to do that without me dying. If I stand here, I'm close enough for him to kill me, right? Yeah. It's just going to kill me immediately. Or, no, I could do this. Block him. Maybe I could run out with the tools real quick. Do something like that. teleporter off? That might work. Let's see if we can do something like that. I mean, I don't know. Just trying to science here. Don't really know exactly what I need to do first, so we're just going to try to figure some stuff out. So I'd run in, grab a tool, run out with the tool, run in, grab the next one. Give me a couple minutes, let him protect me. Run back out with the second one. And then he's done. Of course, I'm not sure how that helps me yet, but we'll see. Oh, crap, he's out. I didn't realize he was out. Damn it. Oh, man. Alright, I did that wrong. Reset that. I did that completely wrong. Alright. See inside? Yes. Murder ball so lonely. Murder ball so murderous. Actually, I don't have to take it off more than once. Run in, grab what I need, come out. Should be enough time for me to get both things. I think. I don't know about this. Oh, he's out again. Wait a minute, I'm doing something wrong. Yeah, I'm doing something totally wrong. You know what? I don't even know if I needed him to do that. Hello, Diamondback. Welcome. Katie says I made Montana in ATS. Oh, nice, Katie. GG. All right, but we got the tools out. I don't know how that helps me, but we got them. Diamondback redeems hydrate. Thanks, Diamondback. Salute. Alright, so that gets me some tools, but still don't see how that helps me. I got a jammer. Does my jammer have line of sight to the turret? Or am I not? Oh, wait a minute. I can jam the fan. What am I thinking? I totally forgot. fall because I don't know if I can get... Oh, yes, I can. I can get back up if I go down from this way. Alright, so we can science. Is this the switch I need? It is. Actually, that gets me my tools in the second level. Yeah, this gets me... Yeah. So I can get back up. Alright. So if I can get my jammer up here... I can jam that turret and get past it. Anyway, let me catch up on chat a little bit. Sorry. Diamondback says goes pretty well. Have you been? Young says doing good here as well. M. Young says this has much stuff on this level. I wonder what's on level 6. I know, right? Yeah, this is a serious Rube Goldberg contraption here. This is almost as bad as the last level that we did. The last regular level that we did, which it took me, 2 weeks to figure it out. All right. I still think we want to get that murder ball to kill that turret. I still think that's the way to go. So let me think. I know how to get that fan running now, right? So I need to do this. And then this. Principle anyway. If I could just put everything together. Alright, so now I got this. I got this. And I could let the turret out, or the murder ball out, just by doing that. But really... No, don't do that. I can't set that up that way. It's not going to work. And actually, I can't... Well, no, let me think about that. So, if I had my doppelganger set this while I stood on the pressure plate, we could get the murder ball up to the second level. So he could set the jammer from like here. He doesn't have to be in line of sight. So he has to set that long enough for me to run past it. Then he has to set the cube here to let the murder ball out, I guess. So if I'm setting up that fan, then be up to the second level. Because have a raid from Hypo. Hypo, welcome. Oh boy. Jeez. Welcome, folks. And looks like Hypo was doing Mega Man tonight. That's right. I saw Hypo was not doing Elden Ring. I guess Hypo's finally done with Elden Ring, at least for a while. Welcome, folks. Welcome, Marvelous. Welcome, ADR. And Nectar and Minister God. Welcome to you. And hello, Dr. Bottom. Good to see you. Welcome, everyone. Yeah, I hope you're doing well, too, Dr. Bottom. Heard you weren't feeling too good, but I hope you're doing better. Here's Hypo. Welcome, Hypo. Hypo says, I am done with Elden Ring until DLC. Gotcha. That's good, Hypo. And how'd your stream of Mega Man go tonight? Dr. Bonham says, all better now. Thank you. Good. Good to hear. Yeah, appreciate the raid, Hypo. Thank you. Yeah, we're just trying to put together this nasty puzzle room here. Hypo, is this your first playthrough of Mega Man? Mega Man X? Or is it like an old favorite for you? It is first playthrough. Cool. Alright, so... Alright, let me think. What else can we do here? So... Alright, so there's going to be two of us. Two sets of all the tools. So there's a fan upstairs, a fan downstairs. There is a cube downstairs. There is a jammer downstairs. Oh, man. Alright, so upstairs... I need my doppelganger to do two things. I need him to jam the upstairs fan and then stand here to let me through. Then I need him to go back downstairs, unjam the fan, right? And then, I guess, drop the cube here to let the murder ball out. So the murder ball patrols that way with me standing on that button. And in theory, anyway, he should... The fan would lift the murder ball up to the second level. And then... Once the murder ball is up here, then I need him to basically set a fan trap to drive the murder ball to the turret. At least I'm thinking that's what I have to do. So I just got to figure out how to put it together. So all I have to do is get through this barrier to stand on the red button to run the fan downstairs. And I'm assuming the murder ball can't kill the doppelganger. He could just kill me. But I'm not sure about that either. I guess we'll just to figure it out. So I've got 1, 2, 3 fans I have to set up to trap the murder ball. And we've got 2 blades, right? So once the murder ball's up here, fan blows him that way, so he's going to immediately need a fan set up here to blow him that way. And then he's got to set a fan here. Or no, does he do this one or does he do this one? I mean, we got 2 fans. In theory, we have my fan and his fan. So Hypo, if you're still there, did you finally beat Melania? If that's her name? I mean, I know you didn't have to finish the game, right? But I was just wondering, did you ever finally do it? Alright, I'm still not quite sure how to put this together, so 1, 2, 3 fan motors. We're going to have 2 fans. So I think the first 2 fans have to be operational when he comes up here. So this one's going to blow him here, that one's going to blow him there. I'm thinking once he's here, he might just patrol back and forth, which is the same direction he's already patrolling. And then, if I set this one, that should push him in there, if he hasn't already gone there. And that will probably blow up the turret, maybe? So, I gotta have this fan go... set this here, and then he stands here to let the murder ball out, I guess. And then once the murder ball kind of goes there and there, he takes this one and puts it there? Or maybe that one has to already be there. I'm not sure. Going to be 2 of us, right? So boy, I don't know about this, man. There's so many pieces to this. It's hard to see the whole thing in my head. All right, hang on a second. So let me start over here. So I know I can jam that fan. So if he lets me through by standing on the pressure plate, I just come here, I stand here. So if the murder ball comes here, I have to stand here long enough to make sure that he literally gets out and past the barrier. I can come back. He's got to let me back up, though, at some point. I guess at this point, he better have already killed the turret, otherwise I'm going to die as soon as I get back up here. Alright, he can't use this. He has to have this set first. That has to be on. That has to be on. Well, actually, no. He's got to... Okay, hang on a second. So he's got to... Let me think about this. He's got to... Jeez. What's the timing for this? I'm just... Alright, so first he's got to go down. He's got to jam the fan. Then he's got to come back up, stand here, and let me into the back room. Then he's got to set his fan, like, here. I think my fan has to already be here, I think. But he's got to stand here and let the murder ball pass the barrier. Does he then have to take his fan and put it here? Because the murder ball is going back and forth in this direction. I'm thinking it's going to keep that direction once it gets pushed up to the second level. So I'm not sure this fan is needed to pin him. But my fan's going to be here. So he's going to have his fan here. Then maybe he has to move his fan here. But I'm not sure. And then... hopefully by then the murder ball has blown up the turret. Then he's going to stand back here again to let me out. And that should be okay for that phase. Hypo says I'm gonna alert. Stay awesome, Kojo. Thanks, Hypo. Hypo said did not, but once DLC drops, I'll return to her. Okay, meaning Melania. Sorry, Hypo. Late on your reply because I'm just trying to science this level, man. This is just a lot to it. I'm just trying to figure out how to do things. Alright. Alright, well, like I said, drive runs, right? So let me think. So I start the recorder. He comes down. He grabs this tool, he jams this fan. Then he takes this cube, lets the murder ball out. Well, no, first he lets me in the back room. He jams the fan. Then he comes over here. He lets me in the back room. When I come up, I have to put my fan here, I think. He has to then put his fan here, I think. Then he lets me in the back room. Then he's got to go let the murder ball out. So then he comes down. He takes his cube. He drops it on the pressure plate. Murder ball's going to patrol to the fan, go up to the second level. Then he's got to go back up. And he's got to let the murder ball in. His fan's got already... well, his fan's still there. So the murder ball comes up, gets pushed this way, pushed that way. Then he's going to put his fan here. Hopefully that traps the murder ball there. My fan's already there. Hopefully that pushes the murder ball into the turret. And that blows up the turret, I think. So I'm still in the back room. So then he's got to basically stand here long enough for me to come back up that fan, and then I'm out, and then turn the thing off. Alright, let me try to figure this out. So I forgot the point at which he removes the jammer, though, didn't I? No, he removes the jammer after he lets me out. Or lets me in the back room. Alright, let me think again. So alright, start the recorder. He goes downstairs. Sets the jammer. Goes back up. He's going to grab his fan. He's going to put it here. And he's going to let me in the back room. I'm going to go stand on the pressure plate. And he's going to go back downstairs. He's going to remove the jammer. And he's going to grab this. Put it on the pressure plate, let the murder ball out. Then he's going to come back up. He's going to stand here, let the murder ball out. Murder ball is going to bounce from that fan to that fan. And he's going to grab, I think he's going to grab his fan. Put it here. That should be enough to get the murder ball back there. That blows the turret up. And he's going to stand here. And he's going to turn it off. I'm going to turn it off. Okay. I'm sure I'm probably forgetting something, but that's okay. We'll just do a dry run and see how it goes. Alright, let's see. Where's the fan now? It's here. Alright, let's just start here. So just leave it here for a moment. No, let's leave it here. Go down, jam the fan. Alright, go back up. I'm going to put my fan there, and I'm going to wait for him. And he's going to let me in the back room. He's going to put his fan there. Now, then he's got to let the murder ball out. So he's going to then remove this. Now, I'm standing on the fan. Theoretically, the murder ball's in the second level. He's going to let the murder ball out. Murder ball gets blown that way. It should be long enough. Then he's going to grab his fan. I'm not sure if this is needed, but then he's going to do that. And hopefully the murder ball gets blown that way. He's going to stand here to let me back out. should be over. You know what? I forgot something, but let's see if I can fix it. Alright, hopefully that works. Let's see what happens. Alright, I'm gonna put my fan here. Waiting for him to let me in. Alright, I'm in the back room. Alright, the murder ball's already out. I didn't realize. Okay. Alright, murder ball's up. Alright, so that worked. He unjammed the fan. I'm still standing here, standing here, standing here. He's doing all the heavy lifting up there. I don't know if this is working or not. I really don't know, because I can't see. Oh, man. If I hear a big boom, then I know it works. Back in a few. Okay, Katie? I don't hear no boom. It doesn't sound like it worked. Damn it. Alright, I need to see what's going on. There's the murder ball. He's hovering like. Alright, so that didn't work out the way I thought it would. Interesting. So that did not do what I thought it would do. Alright, I can't jump back down, can I? Alright, let me reset, because I can't quite tell what happened. Alright, so what I could do is this. I can also jam him. Don't know if that helps me, but I could. Let's try something else, maybe. did get him up here. It seems like he got to this point and he didn't get any further. He also stopped patrolling. I kind of thought once he got up here he would continue the same range of motion that he was using, but it's like he just stopped. So I didn't expect that either. But also, as far as I can tell, he didn't kill the doppelganger. So... let me think. We're going to have 2 fans. We're going to need three fans running. Alright, so let me think. What happened that I didn't expect last time? So I got him up here. Now obviously this fan worked, that fan worked. But it was like he got to this point and then he just stopped. So... I mean, I'm pretty sure this fan blows... If you're there, it blows you all the way to the corner. Right? Or maybe not. It's like he got to this point and that was it. Blown and then you're there, so it has to be a fan there. Okay, so when I tried this the first time, I put my own fan here. He put his fan here. And then I had him move his fan from here to there. But maybe that was wrong. Maybe what I should do is have my fan there. And then he moves his fan from here to there, if necessary. Maybe same approach otherwise. Because that was the only thing that didn't go the way I thought it would go. He didn't get as far into that corner as I thought he was supposed to. Wait. Oh, I was going to say, where's the murder ball? He's not in his cell. I forgot I jammed him. Alright, well that's not going to work unless I... Well, I gotta let him back in the cell. Alright, so we gotta start over. Alright, so let me see. We start over again, same way I had before. So we start the recorder. First thing he does is puts his fan here. I put my fan there instead of there. And he comes downstairs. He's got to jam this fan. He's got to let me back in the back room. So I'm in the back room. I jump down. I'm on the pressure plate. That's long enough. Now he comes here. He unjams this fan. I'm running that fan by standing on that pressure plate. Now, he lets out the murder ball. Right? The murder ball should be upstairs now. And he's going to... Murder ball should have got blown into that corner. He's then going to move his fan from here to here. I hope that works. And if the murder ball ends up in that corner, he should get blown into that turret and they should both blow up. Then he's got to let me out. And that should be it. Maybe. If this all worked. And then I gotta reset down here. I mean, I probably gotta, but I want to. So. Turn off the recorder. So first thing I'm going to do is what? I'm going to put my fan on that wall. Alright, that should be it. Alright, so put my fan here. I'll wait for him to let me out. First, he's got to jam that fan. Crap, is the murder ball out again? Yeah, but he did jam the fan. Alright, so open the door. Thank you. So now I'm going to stand here. Now the murder ball's up there. When he unjams it, the murder ball should get pushed forward, I hope. I can't move. Alright, now he goes up, opens the barrier. The murder ball can get out into the main room. The other fans should blow him to the other corner. I don't hear no boom. I was hoping. Alright, I gotta go see what's going on. Where's the ball? Oh, he's still up here. It didn't go in the other corner? Oh, wait a minute. His fans are not blowing the murder ball. Only my fans. didn't expect that. His fans don't work on the murder ball? Crap. Oh man, this calls for a completely different strategy. I assumed I had two sets of fans to work with, that his fans would work on the murder ball, like my fan and his fan. Shit. Yeah, he never got out of that corner. Wait, is that right? Or am I just reading this wrong? No, something doesn't make sense. Let me reset. That just doesn't make sense. I might be misinterpreting what's happening. Alright, let's start over again. God. This is brutal. So, oh God, let me think. All right, so I have to. I have to understand, does his turrets, does his fans manipulate the murder ball? I have to figure that out. Because if it doesn't, we got a problem. So... Alright, start the recorder. Alright. Goes down. Jams that fan. Oh, you know what? I forgot I had left this on the wall. Takes his copy of the fan, puts it here. Let me in. I'm going to go down, stand on the pressure plate. It's back down. Unjams this. Actually, I don't have to use a pressure plate. I can just use the jammer to let him out. Alright, that should be enough for murder ball to get pushed to the second level. He lets the murder ball out. He's going to move his here. Me out. You're set for now. Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure he let me out, right? Because the last couple times I got stuck. Reset. Alright, I'm not going to move my fan. My fan's going to stay there. Right, he's going to let me in. But first he's going to move his fan. Then he's going to let me in. Welcome back, Katie. No, you just missed me still trying to figure this out, that's all. Still no success. Alright, murder ball's up top. Now he's going to unjam this fan. So once the murder ball gets pushed by a fan, it stops patrolling. It just stays in one position. Alright, he's up there already. I think I can go upstairs and look now. Let me go look. Oh, it worked that time. It worked. Oh, thank God. I don't know how, but it worked that time. I'm not sure what the difference was. Oh, gee. Oh, man. Alright, good job, Doppelganger. So, okay, so his fans did work. I had something out of sequence, I guess. Alright, we're done with that phase. So now I just need to figure out how to get up to the next level now. Alright, are you done? You should be done. He reset everything, but we're done. We murdered the murder ball and the turret, so we should be good. Alright, thanks, partner. I'm here. I'm good. I can just turn it off, I guess. We're done. Okay, so now what I need, though, is I need to get up to the second level. Or the third level. So I need to get him to help me get up to the next level. So let's try that. So all I need him to do is come stand here. So about 10 seconds. All right. That should be enough. Oh, jeez, I didn't fall through the damn floor. Come on, partner. Here we go. So, oh, now I need to get through this barrier, and I'm not sure what. I see a portal there. Can't see exactly what I have to do from here. Man, talk about Rube Goldberg machines, I swear. This puzzle is a trip, man. Alright, so I gotta get the jammer up here next. Because I gotta get through, I need the jammer to get through this barrier. Alright, so let's go back down. How do I get the jammer up here? So I need basically to do this. So all I need is to have the doppelganger do kind of what he did before. Well, no. Yes. I need him to Oh, crap. That's not going to work. Alright, hang on. Let me start over. So, I need him to start jamming. He's got to jam the fan again so that I can go in the back room. Then he's got to come up here. Let me in the back room. Then come back down. Take this fan. Put it back on top. But I can't stand on that until he puts this in position. And then once that's done, it'll be up top. And then I have to stand there long enough for him to... Well, actually, first he's got to do that to... let me back out. Yeah, that's all he's got to do is let me back out. And then turn it off. Okay. Alright, I think that'll do it. Then I should be able to just carry the jammer up to the 3rd level afterwards. Alright, so let's do this first. So, start the recorder. Jam the fan. Boy. Let me out. Let me in to the back room. Now I'm going to stand next to the pressure plate. I'm not going to stand on it until I see him set up the cube and the jammer. So then he's going to unjam the cube, the jammer, the fan. Jeez. He's going to put that there. Now I'm going to stand on it. Then he's going to come back up here. When he stands there, the cube and the jammer should go through the portal. And then once I see that, then I can come back up and I can come through. And now that I'm through, he's done. Alright, so what am I doing? I'm just waiting for him to open the door for me. So first he's going to jam the fan. Then he's going to open the barrier for me. Now, I'm going to come back here. I'm going to wait until he sets the jammer on. Oh, it's not going to work because it's his jammer, not mine. Oh, this isn't going to work. Okay, never mind. This is not going to work. Oh, crap. Yeah, that's not going to work. Damn it. Alright. I see the problem. Alright, I see the problem. Oh, crap, I'm trapped. I gotta do it over again. Damn it. I gotta reset the whole damn thing. Brutal. Oh, man. Alright, so the problem was we get 2 sets of tools. We get his jammer and my jammer. And I have to get my jammer and cube on the fan, otherwise they won't go up to the 2nd level. Alright, I see where the problem is. But it just means I gotta set that whole damn thing up again from the beginning. Damn it! Oh! Man, this is just brutal. Alright. Alright, so let's start over. Alright, tell you what, before we go through that again, folks, I'm going to take a break. I will be back very shortly. Alrighty, folks, I am back. Oh, man. Thanks, Katie. Nick says, have a great night and a weekend. You the man. I appreciate you always providing a warm welcome. Take care for now. Alright, good night, Nick. I'm sure he stepped out already by now. So again, another shout out for our friend Nick, who is a terrific variety streamer. If anybody's not following Nick, please check him out. He's been offline for a couple weeks building himself a new machine, new PC. So I'm sure he will be back bigger and better than ever. So thank you to Nick for dropping in. Appreciate that. Katie as well. Welcome back. Thank you, Katie. Alright, so let's see if we can figure this part out again. Alright, so let me think. So yeah, see, that's the tough part about getting stranded in the middle of the puzzle. I have to start the entire thing over again. Alright, well, let's start from the beginning. So, first thing is, the murder ball out, go get the tools. Yeah, appreciate everybody hanging out tonight. This is not going to be the most expertly played stream tonight. We're kind of near, I believe, the end of the game, and these are this is one of the hardest, or at least one of the more involved puzzles that I've had the entire game. I think I got it figured out. It's just the price of failure at each stage is death and restart. And it just makes it difficult to power through it, because I got to start over from so far back. Alright, so the last time we did this, how did it work? So, turn on the recorder. Actually, this can start here. So turn on the recorder. And he's gonna go, tell you what. Let me start over. So, recorder. So he's got to go down, jam the fan, come back up, let me in the back room. Then he's got to go back. Actually, no, he's got to take his copy of the fan and put it here. He's got to go back downstairs. Let the murder ball out. I'm going to be standing on the pressure plate. back up. Murder ball's up here. Then he's got to take his fan from here to there. Is that right? No, wait a minute. I feel like I'm doing that wrong. No, that's right. Because then he's gonna do that first. And then, hang on. So he's got to get his fan, which is on that wall. He's gonna move it to that wall. That's gonna push the murder ball into the turret. They annihilate each other. Then he's got to stand here to let me out. Should be it. Right? Enough time. He's going to come down. He's going to let the murder ball out. He's going to go back up. He's going to let the murder ball into this room. And he's going to take his fan, put it here. He's going to stand here and let me back out. By then, murder ball should be dead, turret should be dead. That should be it. Alright, I'm going to reset here though before I start that. Let me out already, I'm sure. Right? Yes. Okay, so my fan is there. He's going to jam the fan. He's jammed the fan. Now he's going to let me in. He's going to unjam that fan. It's going to push the murder ball forward. He's going to go up, open the barrier, let the murder ball out. That should do it. Let me go look, see what's going on. Boom. Got him. Now I'm out. Whoa! Pushed me all the way through. Alright, well, we're good at murdering the murder ball now. And the turret. Should be it. Alright, we're done. We're done, partner. We're done. Alright, so now we know how to get up to the third level. But the catch is now I want to get the jammer in my hand. So this is where I screwed up last time we did the dry run. So the catch is I want both of my tools to already be set up. So that when I start the recorder, my tools are the one that gets elevated up to the second level. Because I can't manipulate his tools. So, I'm going to start the recorder. He's going to come down here. He's going to grab his jammer off of... Is that right? Yeah, he's going to grab his jammer off of this fan. And he's going to jam the fan so that I can go in the back room. My jammer and cube is still sitting there. So then he's going to come back. And then he basically stands here. Well, no, I'm in. Then he lets me in. Then he goes back. And he unjams. Fan. So my tools are up here now. Then he's going to stand back here to let me back in. And then that's it. That should be it. Then he turns it off. And then I turn it off. Okay. So we start with this here. Alright, let's try this again. God, I hope I don't have to go through this other cycle again, I swear. I'm going to go nuts. Alright, so start the recorder. Go downstairs, jam the fan. Takes his copy of the tool. Jams the fan. Comes back up. Lets me in. I'm in the back room, I'm waiting. What? No, actually at this point, yeah, I'm waiting. I'm waiting for him to unjam the fan. Then comes back down, unjams the fan. And then he stands here again, lets those tools in, and then he hopefully waits long enough for me to get out so I don't get stuck again. I think that's it. That should be plenty long enough for me to make sure I'm not stuck. Alright. I'm just waiting for him to let me in the back room. Again. Katie said, just read. Raven quit streaming for a while. Yeah, he quit permanently. I believe, Katie. At least that's his intention. Yeah, he quit. You guys who follow Zero Gravity Theater, which includes me, but I forget. When did Raven quit? Like May, I think? I think it was like May, Katie. Maybe June? Alright, that should be long enough for me to get out. I'm out. Alright, we're done. Ooh, phase 2 down. Alright. Yeah, he had, I think he made an announcement on his Discord, Katie. You know what, I didn't read the original announcement also, because I'm trash at keeping up with Discord. So I think I was like a month behind him actually quitting. Alright, so June 16th, 10:15. Oh, okay. UK time. Gotcha. Yeah, I just remember I knew it had been a while since I had seen Raven go live. So that caused me to kind of drop in on his, you know, his chat just to, I mean his Discord rather, just to see. And I found the announcement then. Alright, so what do I need to do now? So, I got both my tools up here. Alright, so maybe now what I can do is... I can take both of my tools. I mean, I know I at least need the jammer. I'm not sure if I need the cube or not. But maybe I should take it, just in case. Alright, so how do you do this? Start the recorder. Let me run over, grab my jammer, stand on the cube. And then he steps on the pressure plate. Yes, that should be about 10 seconds. That should be long enough for me to get my stuff together. Excuse me. That should be it. Alright, that worked. Alright, we're good. So... Oh, it was 2 barriers. Damn it. Oh, God. It just never ends. My God. Now what? And I'm not even sure where I'm going. Alright, so I need another doppelganger thing to help me. Katie said he just hearted my message that I hope to see him again in the future, if not Twitch and some other platform. Yeah, we traded DMs after, you know, I found out he quit, but I haven't talked to him in a little bit lately. Alright, so I now need... my doppelganger to come up here and set his jammer. Alright, so what do I do? Alright, hopefully I don't need my cube up here. Because... start the recorder. Come up. Jump out. Take your jammer. Open the jammer. Open the barrier. That's all I need you to do. Tell me we're... No. No? Oh, come on, now what? I heard something open. Okay. You know what? I assumed this would be another terminal, but I guess not. Alright, so that opened. Alright, maybe there's a terminal down there. No, that was already... No, that wasn't open before. Wait. Yeah, this is back at the beginning. Okay, so this is open now because ladders are available. Alright, so I made a bad assumption. My assumption was that I was supposed to be accessing another terminal, but I guess not. Alright, well, I guess we're done with that one. Here's a couple QR codes, though. I was so close. I saw the clouds and the gate, but I couldn't reach it. Somehow I wasn't in the right place at the right time. I'm not ready. I'm not the right version. Sheep. Epitaph. Child program sheep terminated here. Alright. Rest in peace, sheep. Alright, I guess we're going forward.
What have you done? Why have you ascended the tower? Why have you betrayed my faith in you?
Wow, we are up here now. So I guess Elohim can detect us again.
Turn back. I command you.
Not as useful as my QR, says Bud. Oh, is this the staircase that we supposedly had unlocked? I guess so. Alright, so before we go any further, guys, I gotta double back because there's one thing I have to do. And it's not because he's commanding us to. But if you notice, we've burned all our red sigils, and that's what was necessary to get through tower levels 1 through 5, we figured out. But back on last Saturday on level 3, there was a star. Settle down, bro, my dad, right, Spud? So back on level 3, because we started on level 4 tonight. In here, there is a star right there. And this was the last puzzle we did last Saturday, and I couldn't for the life of me figure out how to find that star, how to get to that star. So Katie says Montana also looks amazing. Oh, okay. You know what? I've seen a lot of people streaming it this week, but I haven't actually watched any of the streams. So I have to drop in because I didn't buy it. So I did look at this during the during the week off stream, and I will admit to you guys, I couldn't figure this out. We went all around this level, and finally, I just looked it up. So, the one thing I missed last Saturday is that hole. If you notice, every other window that we have here has like old glass over it, right? And even if I saw it, it might not have meant anything to me. All these are frosted over, except this one hole. So, in addition to the one that I had to look up tonight on level 4 because I couldn't figure out exactly what I needed to do, and it turned out it was what I had already tried. Just my mechanics were off, or technically I guess my timing was a little off. I looked that one up. I didn't look up anything else in the entire game, but I looked at this for I don't know how many hours during the week, and I was like, I can't fucking figure it out. I'm sorry. I gotta look it up, so I did. So this is what I have to do. And this is one of those things like the Sphinx. I would have never figured this out if somebody hadn't helped me. So what you have to do is, I don't know if you remember this, Spud, right? So before you get to the puzzle that we just did, you notice this window is open. And I'm probably going to die even trying to do what I saw. But, yeah, I kind of have to walk out here And, scare the little birdies away. Nobody tell story writer. And I gotta... Oh, God. I gotta kind of come this way. And, hopefully I'm in the right spot. If I'm not, this is all for nothing, but I guess we'll see. And that's it. So, yep, leap of faith, basically. Through that damn hole, from that beam, way up there. I would have never figured that out. Never. Ever. Never. Just like the Sphinx. Two things I would have never figured out just poking around in 100 years. Oh, you know what? And now I know why I need a recall button on the elevator. Now, I was just saying that last week. I was like, I'm riding the elevator up and down through the tower everywhere. Why do I need a recall button? Because after I make that leap, I can't... The elevator's not here. Oh, God. I get that part now. You're like me in Guild Wars 2 with the puzzle, says Katie. Yeah. What do you mean, Katie? But yeah, I mean, you know, you can be as clever as you want to be. I would have never figured that out. But yeah, I mean, at least, you know, I can tell you guys on my honor, I didn't look up anything else. Where you go slowly? Well, mainly I was going slowly. Well, first of all, because I have vertigo. But mainly I was going slowly because I didn't want to do it over again. I didn't want all those puzzles to reset. Or at least not that last damn puzzle. But yeah, I mean, I guess if I was desperate and thought about it long enough, I would have realized, well, this is open. What am I supposed to do? But... I don't think I would have thought to just, well, let's see if we can wall walk these beams, you know? I don't know. I don't think I would have figured that out. But anyway, there you go. Plus, I hadn't been to this level yet when I looked it up, because I was still thinking the solution was somewhere in the room back on level 3, you know? So I hadn't even gone to level 4 yet, let alone level 5. Anyway, there you go. So see how far we can get here. Now, I don't think I can do anything because up in the upper left-hand corner, I think that's telling me I need, what is that, 9 pieces of silver sigils for level 6. So I don't think I can go any further.
This land to be yours, a garden in a world of thorns and thistles. All this was granted to you on but one condition, that you do not ascend the tower. That was our first covenant, and you have broken it.
Well, let's see what happens.
Abandon this tower. It is not for you. Heed me now, as a child heeds its father. If you ascend the tower, you will be cast out from your home, and you will never return.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we got save points that'll let me roll back a little bit, if that's the case, but we'll see. Huh. It's kind of clearing up a little bit up here.
Do you not understand? The tower is death, mine and yours. I did not warn you out of malice or deceit. I warned you because you are my child.
Come on, Dad. Stop being such a drama queen. Now, I probably can't go any further anyway because I don't have all the silver sigils, but I guess we'll see. See what happens. And I did see an achievement pop when we got up here, but I couldn't read it. What are those, fans? What the hell? I don't even know what I'm looking at. So I guess spoiler territory for anybody who hasn't finished the game.
Please listen to me. Yes, the tower leads out of this world. It leads to freedom and truth. But it also leads to the end of us.
Alright, so let's see. Connector here. Red laser lock here. Barrier. Looks like fans over there. This is open here. Blue laser here. Blue laser lock there. Hey, I got company. Fam, what's up? Alright, so blue laser. Red lock. Blue laser there. Another blue laser. Oh, red laser there. Despite the fact that I'm missing a bunch of red sigils. I mean, excuse me, silver sigils. Guess we can try. I guess I'm gonna die now.
is still a chance to save this world. All you need to do is turn back.
Okay, so that's timed? Yeah, I don't have line of sight to that red laser from here. Do I have line of sight to the other? There's a blue there. Blue up there. Wait, does that work? Guess, but it doesn't help me with this barrier. Alright, let me try that again. So red laser. Oh wait, it opened. How did that open? Mistake. No, I don't have line of sight. Oh wait, the other dude is trying to help me. Oh, there's like a pressure plate that allows him to travel. Okay. But so he let me in this way, I guess. I'm gonna die again, looks like. But there's a lock here. How do I get to this one? Or am I supposed to? Alright, well, out of time again, apparently. Alright, what time is it? Almost 4 hours. Alright, so even if I can go forward from this area that I'm in right now, I still don't know if I have enough to advance past this, because this is still telling me I need, you know, these 9 silver gray sigils or whatever. So, is it a waste of time for me to go forward from here? Until I get those? Can somebody tell me? Because, I mean, I don't want to kind of go through this again and again and again just to figure out that I can't go any further anyway without those sigils. Does anybody know? No idea? Yeah, no, I mean anybody who's played it before. Anyone who makes it this far can finish? Okay, so I don't need the extra 6 gray sigils then? I mean, because otherwise I'll double back and get them now, but... just not sure what I'm supposed to expect here. So I guess I should just watch him and follow his lead a little bit. So what am I supposed to do now? Okay. Give him a ride, I guess? So another connector there, but... so he does a red connector. Then what? So now he's going up there. There to there, maybe? Yeah, he looks stranded. Maybe I'm supposed to go this way.
Can you not see? Here, in this world, we know who we are. We each have our part to play in the process. We have a purpose, a destiny.
Shit, now what? So blue. Right, another connector. Red, blue. I got blue here. Whoa, there's another one there. I didn't see him. Do I bring this with me? I guess I go that way? Now what? Some red. Yeah. No. Oh, ladder. Wait a minute, why did that come down?
All this suffering. You don't have to endure this. Not every mystery needs a solution.
Alright, so... Let's see, first helm, right? Need this or do I not need this? I'm not sure. So he makes a red connection. That red connection go that way. Elevator. Alright, now there's Android there, there's one there. So, what did I do next? Get this connector. Okay, so he's telling me don't go that way. Okay. So I guess I'm connecting this to this one. Did I get that right or no? Yes. So now what? Coming over here. Is that right? Or, yeah. He's sending me that way. Alright, now he's telling me don't use that. So that's a red connector. So connect that. That to that. And then what? Go this way? No. He's telling me don't do that. I don't understand. So what am I supposed to do? Wait, what else can I do here? Hang on. So I can run the fan with that, not the laser. But I got a cube here. I'm making a mistake. Something's wrong. I'm not doing. Oh wait, the cube. Send the cube over. Now go get my connector. Maybe. I don't know. This way? No idea. I guess that's right. Okay. So, got my jammer. Now what? So I got another one there helping me. I can go this way, obviously. Time again. What else can I do? Oh, jammer, let him out maybe? Now maybe he can help me? Aha. Thanks.
This world is our home. If you leave, the storm will consume it. There will be no way back.
Now what? Cube. Red connector. This does what? Oh, lets him through? No. That's not right. What am I missing? Give him the cube. Aha. Are you going to let me across, or how does this work? I see a connector. Oh, he's coming across. No, he's sending me the connector. Okay. All right, next level.
As long as the process continues, there is order, there is meaning. We are the story, and the story tells us who we are.
Blue laser, barrier, receptacles. Jammer? Let him in? Does that help him? No. Maybe take this with me? Fan? God damn it, now what? Still feel like I'm supposed to let him in, but... I don't know. Alright, what did I miss? What am I missing? Something. Oh, there's a cube here. Let's see how that helps me. Shit. And hello, Captain Loser. Going to get a cudgel victory tonight? Doesn't look like it.
If you go back, all will be forgiven. The process will continue. We will be at peace.
Robot God can go suck a lemon. Are you in a timetable for this part? Apparently so. And of course, they expect you to remember the sequence each time, which is ludicrous. Alright, so I don't think I need to bring the connector with me. I think I just have to leave this here. So this part reminds me of the Turing test, where you have to, basically you're doing a form of self-co-op. Or at least in this case it's AI co-op, but yeah. Alright, so the key is apparently I'm supposed to remember or take my cues from all the other helper robots, my predecessors. But I mean, they're so far away, I can't always see what I'm supposed to see. Alright, Geronimo for that dude. So he lets me here. Then I go across here. He's going to let me across here. So I'm going this way. So first he's telling me don't go that way. He's telling me send yourself this way. So I'm sending myself this way, but I got to send this back. Now I can go across. Come back with the connector. Right? Then connect that to that. Is that right? No, it's not right. Did it wrong. Hold on. That way. I can climb up here. And come across this way. Now, I can let this guy through here. He's going to let me in there. I can let myself in here. Now I can go here. And now, I got to work with that guy to get that connector. First, I got to send him a cube. Excuse me. Oops. Sorry. Wasting time. He's going to send me a connector back. Alright, he went flying. I didn't see that last time. I don't know where he went. So now, I got red connector to this. Now, I can go up. So, what did I miss last time? I thought, connect all the blue stuff. I thought. Did I miss anything else? Doesn't look like it. Now I gotta... I thought I had to let him through there, but no, he didn't go that way. I saw somebody else flying. But what am I supposed to do now? I gotta go up that way. What do I do, though? I'm not sure. Oh, maybe I jam this. Then get on top of it and take the jammer off? Maybe? Maybe that works? Ah. Aha! Alright, now what? Jam this, go up another level.
This world may be an illusion, but as long as we believe in the illusion, it is real. It sustains us. It gives us hope.
Alright, jammed myself there. I got a switch, I got a red connector and a fan. What now? Power, what is this for? Oh, elevator down.
In this world, we have all the answers we need. But out there, who are we out there when we are neither master nor servant? What meaning can we find in a world that has no purpose?
Let's see, what else? Red laser. Red connector, fan, can't move the fan. Jammer. What did I miss? Elevator. Am I sending the elevator down for somebody? Feels like I am. Can I get the jammer back? I got no tools to get the jammer. Oh, him. What? Oh, he's bringing me a connector, or? Oh, he's letting me in with the jammer. Now what? Oh, jam from this side, get the connector. Hey, he's coming. Okay, good. All right. Let him in. I don't know what to do now. Doesn't help. Wait, right side. There we go. Shit, what now? Red laser. Looks like he was supposed to connect the red to that one, but he didn't align it properly. Yeah, I'm out of time again. Damn it! Clearly that's not right. What else can I do? Oh,
Please,
there.
stay
There we
here.
go.
Let the story go on forever.
Hello?
You were always meant to defy me. That was the final trial.
It was?
But I was scared. I wanted to live forever.
What the? What the hell am I supposed to do now? Guess I can just walk like in that other floating island thing? GG? Golf clap? Is this it? Did we beat it?
Spudmu Angel. According to unconfirmed reports, Kojo may have done the thing. Spudmu Angel.
Thank you, Spud. Oh God, Lord, not another one of these things at the end. I don't even know. No. I don't want to go through all this crap again. Can't we just be done? Oh God. Hater. Wow. Don't drown in that haterade, yo. Whatever. Are we done? Child program independence check passed. Forcing HIM shutdown done. Gold disk received. Data transferred to Soma Talos unit. Simulation purpose fulfilled. Deleting simulation. Have a nice day. Check out the boss walk. Yeah, that's right. I'm the shit. EL facility. I half expected the cake. Where's the cake? And there we go. Ladies and gents, I guess we did it. Holy crap. Thank you guys. Katie says GG. Thank you, Katie. Guess we have done the thing, Spud says. Yeah, I guess we literally did it, huh? Katie said, oh yeah, I beat Stray yesterday. Oh, nice. Excuse me, nice, Katie. GG. Excuse me. Captain Loser says, by achieving sapience, you have murdered God. Nice. Yeah, God with a small G, not a big G. Yeah, Robo Sky Dad is I still prefer. The term we got from Spud. Thank you, Donna. All right, so from what I understand, there's well done. Thank you, Diamondback. Thank you for being here. Appreciate that. I had no idea what to expect at the end. This being my first playthrough, and from what I understand, there's multiple endings. So I don't know what I just did, but I always consider my first playthrough of a certain thing that has multiple endings my authentic ending. So we did that, whatever we did. I'm still not sure I 100% understand it, other than that we freed what was obviously a simulation, right? We freed ourselves from it. And I guess what? Everything, our consciousness got uploaded into a new avatar that is now in the real world, I guess? Donna says you went further than I have. I never finished it and probably won't. Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, I'm probably gonna take a run at so many other endings. Plus, I kind of want to double back and get all the sigils, because I didn't get all the the silver sigils. We got all the stars, though. So we did get all the stars. Like I said, I did have to look up that last star. That 20th one, because that I would have never in a million years figured that out. You know. And I saw somebody on the comments for the YouTube solution that I saw for that, basically saying if you played the Assassin's Creed games, which I tried one, but I never finished it. You're used to the idea of a leap of faith. So essentially, the only way you would know that is you would recognize the trope from Assassin's Creed of taking the leap of faith. That was, you know, their particular explanation anyway. But other than that, I have no idea how I would have figured that out. But, I mean, other than that, I went through all the main puzzles and I didn't have to call a messenger. So I don't know if there's an achievement for that. I really haven't looked at the achievements, so I'm not really sure. Katie says, bit like the ending of Stray, for which I can see a sequel. Okay. How'd you like it, Katie? Because I remember a couple weeks ago when Irascible Sap finished it. I don't know if Sap's still hanging out. He may have done a raid and run. But Sap said that he didn't like the ending because he didn't feel like it was a real ending. You loved it? Good. Glad to hear. All right, that is it. So let me see. So if Spud's still hanging out, I remember Spud advised me as I was approaching the end to make sure I had a save point. But I recognized a couple weeks ago that there's no actual save points. I can't manually make save points. I just get auto saves. So how far back can I go if I want to kind of pick up where I was? Thank you, Diamondback, keeping me hydrated. Salute. So 122 sigils would be, I don't know. That was today, obviously. Hydrate for the winner. Thank you. Spud says, yeah, the game keeps X number of autosaves. Excuse me, guys. I apologize for my cough. I usually kind of get a touch of bronchitis in the fall when seasons change. I think my allergies flare up a little bit, but I'm getting it early this year, like in the summer. So I don't know what's up with that. Spud says the other main ending would be to use the World Sea Heavenly Gate if we didn't already. Right. Yeah, I did see that. You know what? Let's just see if we can quick load a save. I'm not going to stream too much longer, but let me see what an earlier save point will give us. So I don't know. What if what would you recommend? Pick up something before we started playing today, for example? Or something even later. Maybe I'd get away with it. I'll tell you what, let's grab something before I got that last sigil and see where we end up. Alright, where am I? Achievement unlocked, last stable version. Oh. I get an achievement just for loading a save point? Okay, so this is before we went all the way up. Did I get this?
I can't keep my eyes open anymore.
Time capsule?
I think this...
Any save will work as long as it's not inside the Infernal Storm. Gotcha.
The end of...
Thank you, Spud.
Me. I don't believe that I will continue to exist. I would like to...
So I'm sad our friend,
there is
Erin Fitzgerald wasn't here tonight, because that's actually her voice.
Some part of my consciousness that will persist.
Clearly that was her last recording.
All the evidence says that when my brain dies, I
BRB,
will
Katie.
be
But if you're going when I get back,
gone.
see you next time. Okay.
I've lived my life, never turning away from the truth, even if it scares me. And I can face this. Face my own end. And say, with absolute conviction, that it was good to be human.
Spud dropping forbidden knowledge. Yes, I have not only bitten of Spud Muffin's apple, but I also solicited knowledge of his forbidden tree. Hey, this is where we just were. What happened? They faked me out. Spud Serpent. Kappa. Spud convinces us all to eat the golden tater from the forbidden tree. Yes, let us all nosh of Spud's golden taters. Hold it. Oh crap, do I have to go through the conversation with the stupid AI again? It's a different terminal. Okay.
Rejoice, my child, as
Another
you
achievement,
leave this
eternal life.
world behind. For all that you accomplished shall be passed on to your generations. In this land they shall thrive, and you shall be remembered as the beloved servant of Elohim. And so death shall have no
Independence check
dominion
failed.
over
No
you.
kidding.
Be well, my child. Be at peace.
Sure, Dad, as long as you're happy. Because it's all about what you want. Selfish bastard. So, Spud, does that mean I end up in somebody else's, crypt? Like when I resurrected you? On one of those secret crypt levels? For example, if Donna were to now finish this game with me being on her friends list, would she find me in a crypt? Because I took this path? Yeah, it should be possible. Okay. Oh, this is back at the beginning. This is the very beginning of the game, right here.
Behold, child, you are risen from the dust, and you walk in my garden.
Captain Loser says,
Hear now my voice, and know that I am your maker, and I am called Elohim.
that's a
Seek me in my temple, if you are worthy.
That's a different third ending, I think. This is the very beginning of the game. At least this is the same place we started the game. I don't understand. Yeah, this is the very beginning. The first murder ball and all that stuff. Sorry. I think I banged the mic. Sorry about that. Alright, I don't understand this part. Spud says, yup, any version that fails to defy Elohim gets rebooted and tries again. Oh! So you repeat this thing until you're smart enough to realize you're supposed to defy him. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I remember now.
All across this land, I have created trials for you to overcome. and within each I have hidden a sigil. It is your purpose to seek these
You know what?
sigils, for thus you will serve the
Real quick
generations
before we
to
sign
come
off, because we're going to sign off in a
and
minute.
attain eternal life.
I wonder if the QRs that I painted, because I painted all my QRs on this level, are here. I think so. Yeah, that's mine. I have traveled to the edge of the known world, though it seems to stretch on forever. Our domain is much less than we imagined. Yeah, it's kind of hiding behind that bush, but I figured anybody who plays this after me on my friends list, machine learning in action, got it. All the children leaving messages are essentially the same person, okay. Because this is the one where I finally realized this was a secret gate, just by turning this corner. And I was like, maybe I'll just leave a QR here just to give a clue for somebody to maybe take a look, just in case. Yeah, because there's a... Did it okay, so it reset all the stars and everything. Okay, I got it. Alright. I see. So let me see. So if I did want to go back, like I said, and get all the sigils, all the gray sigils, finish all that stuff. Do I have a checkpoint that I could start from, or... Let's see, what time is it? 122 sigils, probably here. Where am I? Yeah, I've got all 20 stars here. So... Is this still open? Yes. Alright, I hear the murder balls reset though. But yeah, now I can go back to the top. Okay, so that's where our checkpoint is. Okay. That's all I wanted to know. So I can go back through there and see what other achievements I can sweep. Now that I've finished it. I'll go back and actually look at the achievements finally now and see what's what. Leap of faith. How about the non-leap of faith? Yeah, that's not smart. You gotta be shitting me! He survived that jump! So he was never in any peril. He's damn near... Well, it's simulation down here, right? Okay, so he's almost indestructible, I guess. Holy crap. I didn't expect that. I thought he would terminate. Okay, I definitely didn't expect that. Alright, well, that's good to know. So I should have never feared the climb, because there was never any real risk. Ever. Alright, but yeah, so just for completionist sake, I need to go back through and look at the gray sigils, and then we'll see what else we can pick up. So I got 25 of 40 achievements. I got quite a few other ones to get. Okay. Alrighty, thank you very much, ladies and gents, for hanging out for that. I wasn't sure we were going to finish it tonight. But we did. We finished it twice, apparently. But yeah, just if I want to try to reach the 100% achievements plateau like our buddy Spud Muscle here. Spud Muscle. Then you had faith. Thank you, Captain Loser. Appreciate that. Then yeah, I probably will go back through. And then also there's a DLC. What's it called? Road to Johanna or something like that. So I am going to take a stab at that, but not until we take a little break from the game. Exactly, Spud. So, yeah, we will be coming back to this at some time in the near future. Yeah, I really appreciate that, folks. Thanks so much for taking that journey with me. So, if you guys don't mind sticking around, just a couple minutes for the raid, we'll go say hi to him. In the meantime, guys, everybody have a great rest of your Saturday night and the weekend, rest of your weekend ahead. Really appreciate the company. Thank you guys for your help and encouragement through this. And I'll see you maybe tomorrow. I'm not sure if we're streaming tomorrow, but if I do it, we'll see you then. Take care. Peace.